screwed it up already, Brian.
Oh, jeez.
There we go. All right, give me a little.
Test.
Go ahead.
Test.
Like read the alphabet.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, O, N, O, P.
Check.
MSA Sports.
Proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Highmark Stadium as we get set for WPIAL Championship Soccer on the MSA Sports Network. Alongside Brian Geyer, I'm Sam Hall. Technical difficulties already as Brian Geyer joins the broadcast. I can't get the spots to work properly, but nonetheless, we're set to bring you WPIAL Championship Soccer on the girls' side of things in AAA. The top seed, Seneca Valley, under head coach Dave Sylvester, 16-3-1, 92 goals for the defending champions. They've only allowed 9 goals all season long. They'll take on the Cinderella story here in AAA, the Canon-McMillan Big Macs, under head coach Dave Derrico, 16-3-1. They too have scored 92 goals on the year. Last year, going 13-4-3, losing to the same Seneca Valley team in the quarterfinals by a score of 2-0. In the first round, Canon-McMillan gets by Franklin Regional, the 7th seed. In the quarters, they beat Peters 2-1. The Indians were the number 2 seed in a shootout. And in the semis, they knocked off Moon 1-0. Donahue, the game-winning goal for the Canon-McMillan Big Macs. Seneca Valley gets here this way in the first round, beating Hempfield, the 16 seed 4-1. In the quarters, knocking off Fox Chapel, the 9 seed 3-0. And in the semis, a thrilling shootout victory over the number 5 seed Penn Trafford 2-1. It will be Seneca Valley against Canon-McMillan to start this first half at Highmark Stadium. Brian Geyer. The Big Macs work from left to right with Dave Derrico's club. An outstanding season. Very excited to be here for the first time in school history.
And as soccer gets ready to get started here within a second or two, not a bad crowd on Halloween night. Seneca Valley looks like they're dressed up and ready to go, and some Canon-McMillan is here as well.
They are rocking on the loudspeaker. Raiders will get the ball to start this contest, working from right to left. Seneca Valley in their home whites, white shorts, white tops. It is cold, it is rainy, it is miserable on Halloween night here in Pittsburgh. The officials with some directions for all clubs, now checking with the 2 sidelines, and we're just about set to get things underway. Seneca Valley trying to make it 2 in a row. And the music will stop and we're underway. Raiders will send it deep down toward the top of the box. Canon-McMillan, a little overplay there, but cleaned up nicely in their own end by the Big Macs. Going to be controlled, though, on the trip call against Seneca Valley, and the Big Macs will get it out of their own end. Going in there a little too aggressively was Emily Wagner. And this will be a free kick for the Big Macs coming up for Abby Gillespie. Keeping her own in, Gillespie will right foot this all the way down toward the top of the box to our right. And a little pushing and shoving as they try to control that ball. It's going to go against Seneca Valley, and an opportunity here just about 20 seconds into the contest for Canon-McMillan, going to come from about 25 yards away. Working toward that Canon-McMillan netminder, Jess Neal. Right at the center of the top of the box, Sydney Kermis.
And a good opportunity for Canon-McMillan already in this ball game.
Kermis on the run-up. She sends it high, right over top of the crossbar, about 2 feet high. She got all of it, just trying to go over top of the wall of 4 Raiders in front of her and get it to drop down. It would not do that. It carries over, and it'll be a free goal kick coming up for Seneca Valley. Big chance right there, especially early on when you're coming in here a pretty heavy underdog, Brian, and that would have been a great way for the Big Macs to start this game, getting out in front 1-0.
Yeah, so quickly in the game to have that opportunity. Seneca Valley takes the ball down, and
they'll get it toward the top of the box, center controlled, but nobody home for the Raiders, and the Big Macs will get it back the other way. That time Audie back defensively, working hard on her own end. Now a head man pass up the far wing for the Big Macs. That's going to go out of bounds, far touchline, and a throw in coming up for Mary Sinan for the Seneca Valley Raiders. Unbeaten on the season are the Raiders.
Ball kicked out of bounds. Canon-Mac ball at this point.
20-0-0 for Seneca Valley, defending WPIAL champs.
Change on the call, Seneca Valley ball.
And I think they got that right. They called it wrong the first time. They'll reverse that. This ball right in the middle of the pitch to the far side now. Controlled by the Big Macs. Left foot there. Down the far wing. Taken away neatly by Seneca Valley's Lexus Lambert. Lambert quickly sends it back to the other end. Coming out from between the pipes is Kira Murphy to scoop it up right as it reaches the top of the box. Now Murphy will bring it back to the middle of the pitch and punt it away for Canon-McMillan. 37 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the opening half. Scoreless. Canon-Mac and Seneca Valley just kind of feeling each other out right now.
Getting used to the weather, getting used to the field. I don't know if either team will play down here. This is a different type of venue than a high school stadium here at Highmark Stadium.
Big Macs will get this ball to the top of the box. Lambert there, though, to clear it away back out toward the middle of the pitch. Dave Sylvester wants the call to go one way. It'll go the other way. Canon-Mac controls. Near touchline right in front of the bench. Throw in comes for the Big Macs. This will be Allie Walker. Walker down the near wing. Over the top of her target. And then controlled by Seneca Valley. But Canon-Mac on the ball. Some good ball skills here for the Big Macs. Certainly loose in the box now. Lambert over there to clear it away. And she'll send it all the way back out to midfield. But another chance right there for Canon-Mac early on.
Canon-Mac had two chances there early in the ball game in the WPIAL championship game. Pretty amazing to have it in the AAA final.
36:08 to play in the opening half. Doubleheader. A lot of gold medals will be handed out at Highmark Stadium tonight. Peters Township and Upper St. Clair. Part 2. Repeat of last year's WPIAL championship game coming up after this one. In boys AAA, and it's another free kick for Canon-Mac, this time from about 35 yards out. Just to the left of the top of the box.
Looks like Anna Starvik is the one who's going to take the kick.
This ball will be sent to the near post. Cleared out neatly by Seneca Valley, and a lot of room there for Jess Neal to make the save. She'll snatch it out of the sky and wait for everybody to get back upfield. Now she left foots this ball out to the middle of the pitch. Slipping and sliding there. Call going to go against Canon-McMillan. Seneca Valley now going to get a little room to work with. Right from the middle of the pitch, a free kick coming up for the Raiders. Alicia Hart will take it just on the Canon-Mac side of the midfield stripe. Hart setting up. Looks like going to be another left footer for the Seneca Valley Raiders. It's tough for kids to kind of get used to. It's one thing to use your left foot, but to be strong with your left foot as a defender, it's just something you don't see all the time. And have it be your strong foot, loose in front, and a shot is made. Big save there by Kira Murphy.
It's a very nice save.
That was Miller who had the chance right in front. Really, Canon-McMillan defensively just kind of fell asleep, let Miller right loose in front of the box. Murphy, though, able to dive back into her right, get that low shot and scoop it up. Now the Big Macs control it in the middle of the pitch. It comes loose to the back four for the Raiders. They'll send it back out toward midfield. And it'll come ahead now. Seneca Valley, 2 on the attack. Down the far wing. Chance here with some speed for Kelsey O'Connor. O'Connor on the far wing. Right foot to the top of the box far. She'll center this ball. And it's going to go right into the waiting arms of netminder Kira Murphy, who makes her second save of the game. This time to the far post, hugging tight. 34:07 to play. A very back and forth game here for a WPIAL championship game. Early on with banging bodies flying out there right now. Going down hard for Seneca Valley was Cassidy Testa as she clashed with Lauren Hess of the Big Macs. No whistles, we'll play on. Big Macs control it. Work it up the far wing. Knocked away by the Raider back line. Comes to Lambert. She'll send it right back to the center of the pitch. Right onto the waiting foot of Wagner. A little drop back pass here, and they'll try to get ahead down the near wing for Sarah Anderson. Anderson has it. She's got a little room now. Top of the box for Anderson. Left-footed blast is up over everything and off the back wall of the clubhouse here at Highmark Stadium. 33-17 to play in the opening half. We're scoreless. Championship Soccer brought to you by Carlow University on the MSA Sports Network. Scott Majeski in the house. This is all being live video streamed as well. I don't know how any of that works, but Scott Majeski assures me that it's possible. Good job to control this ball right here by Sydney Kermis for Canon-Mac. She went through 3 different Seneca Valley Raiders. Got it deep. but the Raiders back there defensively able to clear it and send it back out to the middle of the pitch, and then a shove called against Canon-McMillan. Seneca Valley will get a free kick around that midfield stripe. It'll be Alicia Hart again. This time on the Seneca Valley side of the midfield stripe. Big Macs get everybody back now on defense. Hard on the run-up. That left foot, she'll send it again right to the top of the box. This time headed away by the Big Mac defense, right back out to the middle of the pitch. Strong header from Lauren Hess. 5 goals, 10 helpers on the year for Hess, the senior forward. Here come the Raiders, though, on the attack again, far side. Bodies flying in the box. Is getting in deep is O'Connor, and it's going to be the first corner of the game. We'll go to Seneca Valley with 31:56 to play. Well, I think this will be Hart going over there to take the corner from the far, just up off of the Mon River. Trying to get the Raiders on the board here tonight. We'll set play here. Corner kick for Hart. Sets up really nice for her with that strong left foot. She'll be able to send this ball near or far. And she will send it to the far post. Header there. And knocked down by Seneca Valley. Getting Mellon on it was Miller, but not into the net when she got a header last year for the game winner. Ball loose in front again. It'll take a big hop and be scooped up neatly by Kira Murphy.
And a good kick past midfield for Kira Murphy. Seneca Valley recovers the ball as it appears.
Powerful right leg from Murphy, no question about that. Into the Seneca Valley end, but only for a moment. Now we'll just kind of volley back and forth in the midfield area. Raiders go all the way back into their own end. And this will be right-footed away as they drop it back to their keeper, Jess Neal. She sends it to the far side and watches it go over the touchline. Throw in coming up for Canon-McMillan, but we're going to wait till everybody is in place. A little early throw on that far side for the Big Macs. About 40 yards out now for Canon-McMillan. Work it down that far wing. Get it in deep here for Alec Thomas. 11 goals, 22 helpers on the year for Thomas, but she can't control there. Loses that ball over the far touchline, and Seneca Valley heads back the other way with the throw-in. Raiders for Wagner. Ducks under. Misses the header. Canon-Mac controls. A little space here up front. Cannot get it in deep. Comes back out high for the Big Macs, Alec Thomas. Now Thomas in midfield will get it back with the orange shoes. Sends it down into the top of the box. Header loose. In. Chance there. And we get an offsides call. We got a Cheyenne Trest got in deep. And because she penetrated so deeply, Seneca Valley just had to kick that ball over the back line. And this will be the first corner of the night coming up for Canon-Mac. This will be Audie over there to take the corner. Again on the Monongahela River side of things. She'll right foot this. High to the far post. In front. And getting ahead on it that time was Trest, the sophomore, who has 7 goals, 8 helpers on the year. But just wide of the near post. And it's Seneca Valley will get it back. For Canon-Mac, I think early on, Brian, you talk about being an underdog, but right now I think the longer you play with Seneca Valley, you're generating offensive opportunities. A little more confidence coming for Dave Derrico's club.
Absolutely. Canon-Mac has had opportunities in this game so far, and we're just past the 10-minute mark in this game. Seneca Valley's had opportunities too, but I think both teams are a little aggressive trying to get the ball in, and that's what they need to do in the WPIAL final.
Raiders will send this in deep, and a run coming up there. Actually running right through a Canon-Mac defender with Sarah Anderson.
And the corner kick
and
call.
They are going to get the corner kick. As Anderson really just ran over Allie Walker. Walker giving away some height and some weight there. And Anderson, as they collided down along the goal line, Walker was trying to position herself to shield Anderson away. Anderson just kind of ran right through her. Ball goes over the end line. Corner coming up again here for Hart from the near this time. She'll use the right foot. Everybody in deep for Seneca Valley. Hart sends it up loose in front.
Little high.
Yeah, knocked away. Able to get up there and get a right hand on it was Murphy with the glove. Came back out in front and then was cleared wide and high by another attempted shot by Seneca Valley. Second corner of the night for the Raiders. Canon-Mac has had one.
And the ball to Canon-Mac is Seneca Valley defense is back.
Free kick for
I
Canon.
get a whistle here. And
Gives a free kick to Canon-Mac.
he just called him Cannon.
I'm sorry.
No, the PA guy, not you. This will be the Big Macs again now, just off that far edge of the box. Opportunity here. This will be Thomas. High, deep, loose in front, headed, but the wrong direction for the Big Macs and cleared out by a strong left foot of Claire Coker.
Yeah, Seneca Valley did a nice job clearing that ball out because that had a lot of blue shirts in near the goal there.
With a chance here for the Raiders. Here they come, 2-on-1. They are in deep on the run. Is O'Connor blasted, a save made by Murphy.
Nice save.
Whoa, save of the game so far with 26:50 to play. Connor got every bit of that as two Raiders had gotten deep. She had help on the near side. And I think made the right decision to go ahead and take that shot, but just a great save by the captain, Kira Murphy. Going to generate a throw-in as that rebound went all the way across the far touchline. Throw-in for the Raiders over there. Hart will bounce it toward Wagner, headed away by Canon-Mac toward that far touchline. It comes right back to Hart. Controls, works around a Canon-Mac defender. She's deep. Try to center that, and again, it'll be sent back across the far touchline.
Another Seneca Valley throw-in, basically from the same spot as last time.
Lambert now will take it. She's got Anderson at the far post. Sends it to the near. Wagner can't track it down. Good job defensively by Cheyenne Trest. The sophomore's been all over the place. And Dave Derrico noting to me this year what tremendous physical condition she's been in. We've seen her working hard at both ends, Brian, and that's a long way to go. She has played every minute of every soccer game that Canon-Mac has played this year.
That is incredible when you think of the amount of games that these teams have played throughout the WPIAL playoffs. That's a testament to that individual for playing every minute.
As a sophomore, she is going to be a special player for the next couple of years for Dave Derrico. Throw in for Canon-Mac now with 25-23 to play in the first half. Big Mac's work up the far touchline. Out toward midfield, but checked down there. Controlled by Wagner for Seneca Valley. Work it back out high here. Megan Majeski. Majeski trying to change the point of attack there. She'll get some help from the left foot of Claire Coker. Coker sends it down to the top of the box. Big high bounce for Anderson near side. She can't control, and Canon-Mac will clear it off of Anderson to the near touchline. Throw in coming up for the Big Mac, so it'll be taken by Allie Walker. Now on the near touchline, Walker up toward the middle of the pitch. Off the melon of one of her teammates, but Hart back there with that left foot for Seneca Valley. Sends it right back into Canon-Mac territory. Controlled there by the Raiders. Caroline Miller. Miller works it far side for the speedy Kelsey O'Connor. O'Connor putting on the Ritz with a nice move around two Canon-Mac defenders, but then her cross goes high and wide. Carleton University, proud sponsor of all girls sports on the MSA Sports Network, especially girls high school sports. This broadcast, by the way, is the sole and exclusive property of the MSA Sports Network and the WPIAL. Any use, rebroadcast, or redistribution of this broadcast without the express written consent of the MSA Sports Network and the WPIAL is strictly prohibited. The announcers for this game were chosen by the MSA Sports Network. So you can send your emails of complaint to Don Rebel, drebel@msasports.net. Back and forth we go in the middle of the pitch. 23:50 remaining in the opening half of the scoreless championship game in AAA.
And some subs coming in for Seneca Valley. Four ladies will sub out and take to the ball game.
Fresh legs. And there's plenty of goals on both of these rosters for both of these clubs, and I think that'll be a key to this game. Keeping everybody fresh. Checking in now. Sakella will work at this near forward for Seneca Valley. And then we're going to get a whistle as going down hard on the far side with Maddie Seibel.
And Seneca Valley will get a kick at the midfield towards the Canon-Mac goal.
And Hart has taken all of these right at the midfield stripe, far side of the pitch with that left foot. She sends it right to the same spot, top of the box.
Big
off the melon of Miller, but it'll go wide to be scooped up by Murphy for Canon-McMillan. It was Miller last year with a header that beat Peters Township 1-0 in the Seneca Valley Championship victory. Murphy sends it back out to the middle. Controlled there by Seneca Valley. Working ahead now. Majeski, left-footed, nice feathering pass. Work it ahead, trying to get it to Seibel. And on the near was Sikel, and that pass behind her and goes out of bounds.
Goal kick for Canon-Mac.
It is cold, it is rainy. Although we could be out getting free candy, Brian Geyer. This is not a bad place to be.
No, it's dry. We're dry at least.
I know you're all about the free candy. Murphy on the run up. She'll free kick this ball all the way out to midfield. And then a good job to head it ahead by Allie Thomas. But Seneca Valley tracks down that loose ball. See if those fresh legs for Seneca Valley generate any offense. Here's Canon-Mac, Cheyenne Trest, and Trest. Headman pass there is too strong for her intended receiver. Adine O'Donohue. O'Donohue, 12 goals, 8 helpers on the year for Dave Derrico's team. Now, is Canon-Mac normally? I think of normally as Canon-Mac as being yellow and blue, but they are all white and blue here tonight. This ball thrown in and pushing and shoving right near the top of the box in the Seneca Valley end. Whistle is going to be against the Big Macs there. Tough call against Allie Thomas as she battled. And this will be Hart with a free kick for Seneca Valley. Three corners here tonight. 2 for Seneca Valley, 1 for the Big Macs. But no goals as of yet. 21:07 on a rolling clock. The throw in for Canon-Mac on the far side will be taken by Ashlyn Whipple, junior defender.
What a call against Canon-Mac.
Bleak Neck fans do not like that one, Brian Gardner.
No. Seneca Valley will get the ball at midfield, right under the scoreboard.
And this will be again Hart with that corner. With that free kick, with that left foot. Send it again. This time a little more of a line drive toward the top of the box. And off the left leg of the Canon-McMillan Big Mac. This should be a corner, and indeed it will.
Corner kick for Seneca Valley.
Corner number 3 for the Raiders. Again from the far. And again it'll be Hart with that left foot. You cannot keep giving them opportunities like this. They are too good. Hart sets the corner. And now 5 Raiders lined up to the near post. Near to us. Far to the left foot of Hart. She gets it right near the top of the box. Look at Murphy come out. Bats it away, but it's loose at the top of the box. And an opportunity right there for Majeski, but that shot is rejected by the Canon-Mac defense. All the way back out toward midfield. Controlled by Miller for Seneca Valley. The Raiders remain on the attack, but a steal by Canon-Mac. And now numbers coming back the other way, maybe for the Big Macs. Headman pass here too strong down the far wing.
Well, on that corner kick, Canon-Mac did an excellent job of batting the ball away. Goalie had a hand on that one.
Yeah.
And,
Murphy in traffic. She looked like she could run a little fullback right there. Yeah. She was clearing the path to get to that ball. Midfield stripe with Seneca Valley so quick. And they get deep. This ball down the far touchline. Deep into the corner. Canon-Mac able to get back there and win that race, but it's going to be a throw-in for Seneca Valley from about 10 yards, 15 yards up the stripe on the far side. 18:44 to play in the opening half. Opening night WPIAL football. Don't forget when we're done here, all the playoff scores and updates coming up on the network on the scoreboard show with Don Rebel and a cast of thousands. Ball thrown in and then headed away. Comes loose. Big blast taken from outside the box on the far wing by Mary Sinan. That goes high and over everything. And it'll be Murphy with the goal kick coming up.
And Kira Murphy with another shot right at midfield.
She can bang it. That's off the ground. She sends that ball in the air to the midfield stripe. Raiders get that loose ball though. control it, but only momentarily as they get back to the top of the box. Now they do a little triangle game here, and the shot comes off the right foot of Sakella from 25 yards out, and that goes over everything. Where Sakella's tall, she's got to be pretty close to 6 foot working down here against Cheyenne Tress, the sophomore. They were getting very physical. Sakella able to get herself some space and get a good shot off, but not on goal.
Ball tied up around midfield with Canon-Mac advancing towards goal.
Donahue sends it ahead and it's dragged to the turf. Big Mac fans looking for a whistle there. They won't get it, but the Big Macs control. Work it to the far, but then taken away by Seneca Valley's defense. The Raiders, good communication on that back line, but they'll turn it over right onto the waiting left foot of Thomas. And she works it to the far side of the pitch. Canon-Mac still on the attack. Sabrina Bryant has room on that far wing, sends it into the box, and it's cleared away by Hart. Down across the railroad tracks. No, that did not get to the railroad tracks, and it's a good thing because there's a big train going through there. Tim O'Malley does not want to be spending money on volleyballs or soccer balls.
Soccer balls, yeah.
Or volleyballs for that matter. And we're our first substitution of the night right here for Canon-Mac. Big Macs will work it in. This is where Dave Derrico, oh, you know who that is? I do. That's Megan Virgin. Virgin will try to get a little offense going for Dave Derrico. Normally plays defense and in JV games plays keeper. That's why your different number tonight is threw me off of it. She's wearing 23. She'll work as a forward now for the Big Macs. Seneca Valley will control, and a 7v7 right there as Claire Coker bangs one right off the melon of Aideen O'Donoghue. And O'Donoghue, to her credit, didn't even flinch when that ball hit her. That hit her right square in the face. Controlled by Seneca Valley, but cleared neatly on a nice left-footed play by Allison Oddie. Oddie sends it right back into the Seneca Valley zone. Raiders have to retreat, and they'll get it back out to midfield. Work here from the right foot of Caitlin DeVries. Had it and lost it. Canon-Mac gets it back. No room for the Big Macs in the midfield. Stripe, though, taken away by Megan Majeski. And again, O'Donoghue takes one off the face. And she takes one off the face and gets called for a handball.
Wow.
That's a rough sequence there for Aiden O'Donoghue. And so a free kick coming here for for Seneca Valley, just on their side of the stripe. 15 minutes exactly to play in the opening half. Hart to take it in a scoreless contest. She'll left-foot it. Near side of the box and cleared away by Gillespie, but controlled by Seneca Valley. 40 yards out. They'll turn it over. Now O'Donoghue's got room. She'll right-foot this ball ahead. Trying to get it to Virgin. Had it, lost it. Comes back to Canon-Mac in their own end. Defensively, you do a nice body-up job right there. Good defense by Allie Walker in her own end. Canon-Mac's going to send it, but send it wide to the near touchline. Throw in for the Raiders. This will be taken by Coker. Coker working it down along the near touchline. Gets it deep into the corner, and Canon-Mac will turn and send it back up and out. So the throw-in coming up for the Raiders on the near touchline. They are in deep now. DeVries will give way here. This will be the throw-in coming up for Lexus Lambert. Lambert right to the near side of the box, but right onto that waiting right foot. Good defense by Walker. Gets it out for Canon-Mac. Big Mac's having a little trouble in their own end right now, and they'll just look for that big left foot and get it.
Cleared the ball over midfield. Seneca Valley's there.
And I think a definite handball right there. No, they do get the call. Handball against Seneca Valley, going to give Canon-Mac, and you can hear the Canon-Mac contingent. They are here in force tonight, making the drive up 79. This will be Abby Gillespie, one of the captains for the Big Macs, working on that back line, and she'll have this free kick. She will send it. Boy, she sent that right towards the goal, high far corner, and it's going to just go wide. I'll tell you what, she almost put that in, Brian Geyer, and gave the Big Macs a 1-0 lead from about 45 yards out.
Definitely had the distance, just was a little bit wide.
I don't think Neal thought she had any intention of trying to put that on goal. She was just 10 yards on the Seneca Valley side of the stripe. This will be Sekela to the near. Little drop pass and a nice one to Coker. Coker works down the near wing. And she gets her pocket picked by Cheyenne Trest. Good defense by Trest. Look at the sophomore. Throw in coming for Canon-McMillan. This will be Allie Walker looking for Trest. Over her and controlled by the Raiders. Seneca Valley sends it toward the box and chested away and then out to the near touchline by Allison Oddie. This will be Seneca Valley with the throw in. We'll get the four substitutes checking back in.
26, Sarah Anderson. 23, Cassidy Testa.
Anderson, Testa,
Emily
Wagner, and Kelsey O'Connor. And O'Connor down that far wing has been a monster for the Raiders here tonight. Wagner takes this throw in. They try to work quickly to the far side off the melon of the Big Mac out at the top of the box. Comes right to the foot of Wagner. The Wagner tried to send it right back into the box. I go off of a Canon-McMillan defender, Kermis, into the far touchline. And finally trickle out of bounds. All the way back in the Seneca Valley zone. Lambert to take the throw in there. 11.5 to play in the opening half. Still scoreless. Big Max will get this out. Lauren Hess with the right foot. But right back. And here's O'Connor on the far wing looking for a cross. Nobody home. Good job by the Big Max to cover her up defensively, but Seneca Valley will get it back for a moment. Now Lambert will jump on this ball in the middle of the pitch and send it back to the near. Big time pushing and shoving. That time Anderson got a little too physical and the whistle's going to go against her. She just buried Trest outside the near touchline. And a free kick coming up for the Big Macs. Gillespie. Anderson hearing it from the Big Mac faithful. Gillespie works this ball all the way into the Seneca Valley zone. Off the head of Allie Thomas.
Goalkeep quick recovery for Seneca Valley. Will send the ball down towards their goal.
She left foots it ahead. Knocked down in the midfield area and controlled by Seneca Valley. It's Caroline Miller. Miller working back along the near for Majeski. Majeski to space in front, but nobody making a run, so it's going to be Murphy who goes over and scoops it up for the Big Macs with 10 minutes to play in the opening half. Drizzly rain continues to fall. Murphy booms this on the punt. Lambert, though, back there for the Raiders. She'll send it high into the air, far side of the pitch. Headed down by Canon Mac. Audie. Nobody home for the Big Macs. And we'll go right back out to midfield. Back and forth we go. Melons everywhere. Allie Thomas able to come up with that loose ball for Canon-McMillan. Gets herself a little space. Now she'll drop it back to a defender on the far side. That's Whipple. Whipple. Headman pass here. That ball's going to go in the box where they want it. Loose up high. Shot to the far post. And it's going to go just wide. And that was Megan Virgin. And a big opportunity right there. And she, again, almost beat Neal to that far post, but it goes just wide on the ground. And Neal will have the free kick and clear it away.
Ball tied up midfield. Seneca Valley is going to advance the ball over midfield with Canon-Mac defenders right there.
Raiders work it to the near. Coker. To the middle for Lambert. Lambert will change the point of attack to the far side now. They're looking through a corner right here. Can they get it to her? They do. She'll control it at the top of the box. Split a pair of defenders and a nice feed to Wagner. Wagner's in deep in a blast. Save made by Murphy. Rebound. Anderson had it. It's cleared away.
That was probably a nice opportunity right there with that rebound. Great knowledge with the Canon-McMillan goalie.
Anderson just couldn't get herself set. Murphy makes two big saves right there. Her second and third muster saves of the night. Gets it back out to midfield. Wagner controls for Seneca Valley. To the far. Again trying to get it to O'Connor. Did she stay on side? Yes, she does. Pulls back near the top of the box. She'll drop this ball. Caroline Miller. Miller working against the defender. Working to Wagner. Wagner Goes right through Canon-Mac defender. Wagner trying to turn the corner. Does. Sends this ball into the box. High to the near. Anderson waiting for the loose ball. Good job by the sophomore Cheyenne Trest again back there. Getting her body in front of Anderson and able to shield that ball away. Get it. Throw in coming up for the Big Macs along the near touchline. Boy, oh boy. Good action here for Seneca Valley. They are putting the pressure on right now, but this will be Trest who clears it away for the Big Macs. She is all over the place. Big collision right there between O'Donohue and Coker. And that time Coker takes the short end of the stick. Miller. Well, nice ball fake out high, Miller. Again, deep for O'Connor. Can she get there? She will. Right-footed cross right to Murphy. Trailing that play and looking for that pass was Cassidy Testa, but Murphy able to intervene and scoop it up for Canon-McMillan. O'Donohue lost that to Anderson, and Anderson in turn will lose it to a Big Mac. That's Allie Thomas. Gonna head here for Virgin? No. Miller. Little top pass there. Off the bounce for Testa. Going to be controlled by Canon-Mac though in their own end. Good communication right here for the Big Macs. Coming out is Kermis. Kermis gets it up to midfield. Right there is Caroline Miller again for Seneca Valley.
Seneca Valley has kept the pressure on the Canon-McMillan goalie. Canon-Mac's defense has done a nice job so far.
And a run there for Anderson. She goes down hard. That's going to be a free goal kick though. Great position by Allie Walker.
Goal kick for Canon.
And then Anderson get hurt. She'll get up. She's limping a little bit as she comes back into the play.
Number 8, Isabella Scheidenhelm.
Scheidenhelm will check in for Dave Derrico's club. As Allison Oddie, the captain, will get a breather. Virgin off the melon, but can't get it past the Seneca Valley defense. Now here's Trest working hard. And she has her pocket pick. Seneca Valley back on the attack. Miller works to the far, trying to come back to the middle, and there to clean it up is Canon-McMillan. Here's Virgin. Nice little touch on the far side. She's got a runner there. Kermis. Kermis has room down the far wing. She'll get the headman pass out there. That's strong. Headed in deep. Left-footed cross. Ball in front. There were two Big Macs there, but Neal able to come out from between the pipes and scoop it up. Nice left-footed cross by Sabrina Bryant. So Seneca Valley has controlled play for most of this first half, but Canon-Mac has had their opportunities. Back and forth we go, middle of the pitch. Again, Virgin to the near. Changing the point of attack here. Some room for Trest. Trest is in deep. She'll get herself a little space to the goal line. Right-footed cross, and that's going to go off the crossbar and then off the back of the net. So goal kick coming up here for Jess Neal. Senior keeper for the unbeaten Seneca Valley Raiders. She will send it right to the middle of the pitch, controlled there by Canon-Mac. O'Donohue's header, controlled by Miller for Seneca Valley. Well, there's a chance here for O'Connor. She's got all kind of room on the far wing now. O'Connor's got a head of steam. Looks up, surveys, sends it to the top of the box. Cleared away neatly defensively by Lauren Hess. Canon-Mac now trying to get an odd man break going the other way. Nothing doing. That pass too far for Megan Virgin. To be scooped up by Neal. So we get inside 4 minutes to play in the opening half. Scoreless at Highmark Stadium. WPIAL Championship Soccer on the MSA Sports Network, brought to you by Carlow University. AAA girls matchup featuring the top-seeded Seneca Valley Raiders and the 10-seed Canon-McMillan. Here come the Raiders on the attack with inside 3.5 to play. And this will be sent right back out to the middle of the pitch for Virgin. Virgin has all kind of room as a defender goes down. That's Miller. Headman pass here. Here comes the opportunity now for Bryan. Bryan sends it back to the near post, but it's too high and over everybody. And it'll go over the goal line. A free kick coming up for Seneca Valley. Checking back in for the Raiders will be Emily Sakella. The junior will give O'Connor a breather.
Number 33, Emily Sakella.
Neal will run up to the near corner of her box with that left foot. Having it for a moment, then losing it with Sabrina Bryan, and Seneca Valley going to get some room. But nobody back there for the Raiders. Caroline Miller going to track down a loose ball. She'll send it in deep. 2.5 remaining in the opening half, as Kira Murphy gets set to punt it away for Canon-McMillan. You should ask Rich Piccinini if he needs a punter. She has an absolute thunder stick for right leg. Big Macs control it. They'll send it to the top of the box. Miller there for Seneca Valley to clear it away. Back and forth we go. Ball's going to come loose on the Scheidenhelm's left foot. Now Scheidenhelm in traffic has her candy taken away on Halloween night. And this will be Anderson coming back into her own end, and she will drop it back for Hart with the left foot. Hart looks ahead here. Man, oh man, we are banging bodies. And that time, Cassidy Testa on the...
Just under 2 minutes to play here. And ball tied up midfield.
Trest, nice little melon pass. Working on the far side for Kermis. Kermis will drop it back to the Canon-McMillan defense. Now they work it ahead. Sabrina Bryant had it, lost it. Testa doesn't have the juice to go after that when she kind of got it into space where she wanted. And Canon-Mac going to have to turn around and left foot this ball out of bounds, far touchline. 1:10 to play in the opening half. Throw in coming up for Seneca Valley. 0-0 our score. The Raiders, 4 corner kicks, and they have generated 4 by my count.
1 minute remaining.
Shots on goal. Murphy has been equal to the task each and every time. Wagner in deep now. Wagner trying to go around the one Canon-McMillan defender. This will be a corner kick coming up, number 5. Boy, great work by Emily Wagner. Just experience right there. She let that ball go all the way out, down to the goal line, and just kind of tapped it off of the Canon-McMillan defender, and it went over. Corner kick. Hart will go over there and take it in the ring. With the left foot. Tested to the near post. This ball's going to come to the far. Loose, headed up over and across the crossbar with 20 seconds remaining in the half. And we're going to go scoreless to the brink, barring an absolute disaster right here as Murphy sends it away with the right foot.
8, 7.
Bounces once, and we'll go into Seneca Valley territory as time runs out in half number 1. Halfway through the AAA championship game on the MSA Sports Network, featuring the Canon-McMillan Big Macs, the 10 seed, and the Seneca Valley Raiders, the 1 seed and defending champions. We are still absolutely scoreless. You're listening to it all right here on the Management Science Associates Sports Network. Brian Geyer, let's see if I can get this to work.
WPIAL would like to thank their corporate sponsors for this evening's event. PA National Guard,
athletic directors and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
Monticello's Italian restaurant has been serving the Pittsburgh community for over 34 years. With over 5 northern locations, there is one near you. Monticello's has been named the best pizza, best hoagies, and best Italian restaurant by the Tribune Review for 3 years in a row. Stop in at Monticello's restaurant before or after your high school football game and mention that you heard us on the MSA Sports Network and receive a large traditional cheese pizza and 4 soft drinks for $12.99. For the complete menu and additional information, go to Monticello's.com. Monticello's, a Pittsburgh favorite.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIAL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything, right? I get that at Carlo.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in me.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
S-Mark Incorporated is a diversified holding company with interests in steel manufacturing, energy exploration and production, real estate, and youth sports development. S-Mark Youth Development was formed by founder and CEO James Bouchard to develop and support a wide range of youth sports and recreation programs, childhood development and education initiatives, and other community-based philanthropic programs in Western Pennsylvania. S-Mark sponsors Quaker Valley High School Athletics and the Johnstown Tomahawk Foundation. The Bouchard family founded the FC Soccer Club with a grant for youth soccer development. S-Mark takes great pride in the baseball complex at Bouchard Family Park. S-Mark Field is a state-of-the-art complex that supports over 500 Western Pennsylvania youths and their teams. The company's commitment to youth sports and recreation also extends to local and regional organizations in Pennsylvania that provide a variety of recreation programs to at-risk kids and their families. S-Mark is a proud sponsor of the Imani Christian Academy basketball program, the Pittsburgh Kids Foundation, Lowell Epilepsy Foundation, and the National Kidney Foundation. In 2013, S-Mark launched the S-Mark High School All-American Recognition Program aimed at recognizing outstanding athletic, academic, and community service achievements among all high school student athletes across the United States in 16 major varsity sports programs spanning 5 geographical regions. For additional information, go to www.smark.com.
The natural gas delivery system is extremely safe. Leaks do occur on occasion. People's Natural Gas would like to remind you to use your senses, smell, sight, and sound to detect the warning signs of a natural gas leak. If you believe there is a natural gas leak, leave the area immediately and then call your natural gas company's emergency service line or dial 911. These lines are available for natural gas emergencies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit peoples-gas.com to learn more. This message is brought to you as a public service from Peoples, your hometown natural gas company.
Make sure to follow the MSA Sports Network on social media this season for breaking news, scores, links to our articles, and much more. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/MSA Sports and get in on the conversation with thousands of local sports fans. Follow us on Twitter at MSA Sports and check out our YouTube channel, MSA Sports WPIAL, for hundreds of video interviews with local student athletes, game highlights, and more. Whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or our websites, MSA Sports is the place to go for high school sports in Western Pennsylvania.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan,
and we'll get back to Hines Ward in just a moment. Halftime still scoreless between Seneca Valley and Canon-McMillan. Brian Geyer alongside. I'm Sam Hall. Happy Halloween. And a little bit of a recap from that first half of action. Controlled really for the most part by Seneca Valley, but Canon-McMillan able to generate several good opportunities. The Big Macs with just one corner in that first half. Seneca Valley ended up with 5 corners, but Kira Murphy, the senior captain net keeper for Dave Derrico's club, Brian Geyer, came up big a number of times, including one sequence where she made back-to-back big saves. Made the initial save, and then on the rebound, able to grab it, a shot that was coming right back at her out of the sky. And Murphy right now, the difference in this soccer game.
Absolutely. The Canon-Mac goalkeeper has done an excellent job at this point. Seneca Valley has had multiple opportunities, especially off those 5 corner kicks. Some of the multiple opportunities, so the defense for Canon-Mac has kept this game scoreless.
The defense for the Big Macs, the story of the game, and the speed of O'Connor and Anderson on the wings for the Seneca Valley Raiders. As we remain scoreless, we'll take another break, come back, and get you set for the start of the second half from rainy Highmark Stadium. It's championship soccer. Girls AAA action brought to you by Carlo University, only here on the Management Science Associates Sports Network.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive WPIAL playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there. The MSA Sports Network.
Attention business owners and marketing managers. MSA Sports Network offers a cost-effective way to expand your advertising efforts, increase your bottom line, and promote your brand and services in the communities you serve. Offering you flexible marketing plans with numerous multimedia combinations, the ability to target your local customers within a 5 to 10 mile radius of your business, industry exclusivity, available via sport, season, community, or region, and outstanding return on investment with all MSA Sports sponsorship opportunities. MSA Sports Network represents the most efficient and effective ad placement in the broadcast industry. To learn more about advertising opportunities on the MSA Sports Network, contact Glenn Anderson at 412-362-2000, extension 2225, or ganderson@msa.com.
MSASports.net is the place to click on every day this fall.
On Mondays, we have the latest MSA Sports Top 10 football rankings.
Tuesday is a look back at the biggest and best plays from the previous Scholastic football weekend with the plays of the week.
We go big game hunting on Wednesday with a preview of the top 4 WPIAL football contests.
I'll look into my crystal ball on Thursday with the wildly popular Chicks Picks.
Also on Thursday, we preview the college football slate in the region for the upcoming weekend, then we recap those games each and every Sunday.
A complete rundown of all the games comes your way on Friday, plus plenty of broadcasts to choose from on Friday nights.
On Saturday, we'll take a look at the top performances with Friday night highlights. Then on Sunday, a look back at the previous day's high school standouts with Saturday's Scholastic Stars.
Anytime, anywhere, always there this fall with the MSA Sports Network at MSASports.net.
The experts at UPMC Sports Medicine are not just focused on treating injuries, they are focused on preventing them too. Understanding the importance of injury prevention, UPMC Sports Medicine created a young athlete program with an expert focus on injury prevention, nutrition, conditioning, and activity-specific training for young athletes at all levels. For more information on the UPMC Sports Medicine Young Athlete Program, visit the UPMC Sports Medicine website at www.upmcsportsmedicine.com or call 855-93-SPORT.
The MSA Sports Network is more than just high school football this fall. Log on to MSASports.net for coverage of all other Scholastic fall sports with schedules, results, and rankings of boys and girls soccer. We'll also have results and postseason coverage of girls tennis, boys and girls golf, and cross country. Plus results and rankings along with weekly matches involving the MSA Sports Hometown Girls Volleyball program. The best coverage of all WPIAL fall sports is only here on the MSA Sports Network.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIAL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
When look
If I could get Scott Majeski to turn the camera around, you would see Brian Geyer dancing in the press box at Highmark Stadium, and it is, I got to tell you, something to see. Halftime, Canon-McMillan and Seneca Valley knotted up at 0-0 as the Big Macs have hung right with the Seneca Valley Raiders. Seneca Valley coming into this game unbeaten at 20-0 on the season for their head coach Dave Sylvester, and the Big Macs have rattled through. Let's put it that way. Canon-McMillan, a 9-3-0 conference record in Section 4. Canon-McMillan struggled with the big names that you expect. Peters Township able to beat them twice, but not when it counted. Canon-McMillan knocking out the Section 4 champion in the quarterfinals by a score of 2-1. Peters Township, obviously, Brian, I don't have to tell you about the soccer tradition that is Peters Township. I'm sure they were very aggravated by that, too. Lost to Canon-McMillan in the quarterfinal.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times at Peters Township, you don't expect not to be here. Our girls who were here, I believe, 8 years in a row. But it was a testament to Canon-McMillan in that shootout, in that overtime game at Elizabeth Forward that ended up in a shootout.
Did you were at that game, I assume?
No, I was actually at state golf that weekend.
Oh, yeah, it's busy time for Brian Geyer, the athletic director at Peters Township, and soon you'll have to start trying to keep Gary Goga under control, and I know that can't be easy.
It's a full-time job. Gary's a great friend and a great coach, and we're happy to have him.
Canon-McMillan will move from right to left as we get set to start the second half. You watched a pretty good first half of soccer come up scoreless. We saw Dave Sylvester not take his club even into the locker room. He kept them right on the bench, and he was preaching at him the entire half to his top-seeded Raiders. What do you think he was saying to Seneca Valley?
If I was the coach for Seneca Valley, just keep doing what they're doing. They've been aggressive. They've had opportunities to score. A couple shots either way, and I think that Seneca Valley is definitely keeping up the pressure. But on the same token, Canon-McMillan's defense is nothing short of amazing so far. They've played very well. Their goalkeeper and all the defenders for Canon-McMillan have done an excellent job keeping this game at a 0-0 tie. But Canon-Mac has had opportunities to score, a couple just wide, a couple just high, and they had opportunities 30 seconds into this game to score a goal. So fairly even right now. Seneca Valley keeping the pressure up, but Canon-Mac has been able to withstand that so far.
After knocking off Peters Township in the championship game last year, Seneca Valley ended up going all the way to the state semifinals before falling to Springford by a score of 1-0. The Raiders looking for their fourth WPIAL championship. They won in 2007, 2009, and also won last year as they try to make it four for Dave Sylvester and really one of the storied programs in girls soccer in Seneca Valley. Canon-McMillan playing in the championship game for the first time ever, but they have had a very strong tradition as well. Maybe not of getting to championships and winning championships, but they are always a very good soccer. It seems like all those teams in the South Hills, Brian. I mean, you talk about Bethel Park, Peters Township, Mount Lebanon, Upper St. Clair, Canon-McMillan. Soccer just lives in the South Hills.
Yeah, and they threw Moon into our section this year. Yeah. Moon was a great team. The section that Peters Township is in is obviously Canon-Mac and Moon, and those teams are fantastic teams and good programs.
And I think that's really served Dave Derrico's club well, obviously playing those good, strong, big physical teams during the regular season, and I think that's why they stood up so well against a Seneca Valley team that really, we talked about them being running, when he's running substitutes, he's running 4 in and out, and really Dave has only gone 2 girls into the bench.
Yes.
And I think you talk about the conditioning that Dave Derrico was so proud of for his club, in particular the sophomore Cheyenne Tress playing every single minute of every soccer game, which absolutely blows my mind this season. But his club is in shape, and they've played against big physical teams, and that's what Seneca Valley is, and they have matched them here tonight. Scoreless as we get set to start the second half. The Big Macs will kick it off, and they'll work from right to left. Trying to get one by Jessica Neal. Kira Murphy, who has been thus far maybe the star of the soccer game for the Canon-Mac Big Macs. Between the pipes, down and to our right. Neal down and to our left. 40 minutes remaining in regulation. Officials make sure everybody's on side and ready to go. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds, but I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, I'm my INDEPENDENT shit hustler, chasing dreams since I was 4. And
we're starting the second half. Canon-Mac kicks off.
And they will send it in deep. Neal will go back into her left and pick that up in the box. Canon-McMillan just kind of booted that ball away. And Neal with the left foot send it back out to the middle of the pitch. Controlled by Wagner for Seneca Valley. Wagner works to the near wing. Trying to look in deep there for O'Connor. O'Connor had put on the brakes, and it'll be Murphy to pick it up. We'll turn these lights on so we can see again. And Murphy pounds this ball. Now she's got the wind helping her. She sent that ball 60 yards. into the Seneca Valley end. This will be Trest to the near. Working against two Raiders. She'll drop it back, and now the pass into the box. And a good job by Neal, but she doesn't get there. Can't control it. It's going to go over the goal line. And a corner kick coming up for the Big Macs here to start the second half. Just 1 minute in.
Come on, Goose, bury it.
Going over to take, it'll be Ashlyn Whipple. Just up top of the mound. My son ate some Halloween candy and lost a tooth. We're going to find out what's going on there. That ball into the box, but cleared away by the Raiders. Top of the box, can they control it? No, headed away by Seneca Valley. Out to the middle, but tracked down. Good hustling play by Lauren Hess. She'll get it back for the Big Macs, but only momentarily. It's cleared to the far touchline. I've got a dental emergency here, Brian. You're going to have to take. Okay, I got it. You got it? I think. This is the middle of the pitch. Matt Hall, out dressed as a box troll tonight, tracking down candy. I said, get candy for Daddy. I didn't say lose a tooth. This ball loose and going to be picked up by Murphy as it dribbles into the box, and Murphy will pound this back into the Seneca Valley end. Bounces over Caroline Miller, right onto the waiting foot of Valley Thomas. Thomas, a nice job to control now in traffic. She'll drop it back for defense, and that pass will send Hess to the run, far side of the pitch. Hess right foots it, but can't keep it in. Goes across the far touchline, and a throw in coming up for the Raiders. 37-37 to play in the second half. WPIAL Championship Soccer on the MSA Sports Network, brought to you by Carlow University. And yes, the good news is it was a baby tooth, but a molar. That means, that's basically the text from my wife telling me that I've got to be the tooth fairy when I come home tonight.
Does that mean you get all the candy now?
That's just like another job. No, the sad thing is this sister will be snaking on that candy before I ever get anywhere near the house tonight. This will trickle out far touch line, throwing coming up for the Raiders. It'll be handled there by Coker. Canon-McMillan marking a little bit more tightly right now. Not as much room for Seneca Valley as there was in the latter stages of that first half. This ball comes loose for O'Connor, and just not enough for her to make a run. Now she'll drop it back, and the Raiders will send it down to the box, but headed away neatly by Allie Walker for Canon-McMillan, right up to the midfield stripe. Canon-McMillan able to control and get it ahead for O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue's got some space. She'll come back toward the middle of the pitch. Little right-footed touch pass through, but unable to get to it as Virgin, and it'll be cleared away. Anderson will watch it go across the touchline, but a throw-in coming up for Canon-McMillan. Big Mac's putting a little more pressure on here to start the second half. I think the confidence they've got from going scoreless in the first half against Seneca Valley paying off right now. The Big Macs get it into Virgin, off the Mellon, work it down deep, and I think that's going to be a corner. Second corner of the half, yep. Second corner of the half coming up for the Big Macs in a scoreless tie. 35-55 to play in the half, and headed over to take it again will be Whipple. Ashlyn Whipple on the year. The juniors handled all of these big free kicks for the Big Macs. Here she is with the left foot to the near post. Loose in front. Oh! Somehow able to get back there. I think that was Lambert who cleared that away. No, that was Alicia Hart who saved the day right there for the Raiders. That was to the right of the net keeper, Jess Neal, and she was no chance to get there. But Hart makes the save and keeps it scoreless.
That was a heads-up play right there.
Great position and then great awareness. Now we have two balls on the pitch. They'll pick up one, and Neal will kick it away for Seneca Valley. Here come the Big Macs one more time. Sabrina Bryan racing to try to track down that loose ball. She will not get there. And the throw-in coming up for Seneca Valley. And all of a sudden, it looks like Canon-McMillan having the better play as we get the second half well underway. And a steal here. Controlled by O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue went between a pair of Canon-McMillan or Seneca Valley defenders, but couldn't control after that. Ball's going to go all the way to the far side of the pitch. Hart on the run. Can she get there? No. Boy, hustling effort from Alicia Hart, the senior left footer.
in this first 5 minutes and 30 seconds of the second half, Canon-Mac has really stepped it up a little bit to try to offensively make something happen.
Here's Trest. Had it, lost it. Seneca Valley sends it, but turns it right back over again. Cheyenne Trest again works. Now Trest got space. Trest to the box. Trest with the right foot. Splits the pair of defenders again, coming out his knee, and she'll dive and scoop it away before Cheyenne Trest. She went through 5 different Seneca Valley Raiders and had herself an opportunity. Jessica Neal just beat her to the loose ball in space. Now the Raiders on the counterattack. Far side for Anderson. That's poked away very quickly. And Canon-Mac will come right back. O'Donohue, left foot to space. Nobody home. It's an opportunity here for Trest, but she's not going to be able to get there. Hustling defensive effort from Sinan for Seneca Valley. And we're going to get a whistle here. And a foul against Canon-McMillan. Seneca Valley will get the free kick. Rain continues to fall, maybe even a little bit harder. And there come the boys AAA teams out onto Highmark Stadium surface. Is that Peters or Upper St. Clair?
Yeah, Peters is walking along the river behind the scoreboard. I'm going to watch a little bit of this game before they go back in the locker room and get ready for their boys' game.
This will be controlled by Seneca Valley in the midfield area. Boy, Canon-Mac is just on it, though. Every loose ball. This is going to come to Seneca Valley along the near. Sinan will send it down toward the box. Opportunity here for Wagner. Wagner in deep, but a hustling defensive effort by Abby Gillespie to send that wide to the near. Throw in coming up for Seneca Valley. Is this a corner? I think it is a corner. Going over to take it is going to be Alexis Lambert. No, it's just a throw from Lambert, about 5 yards up the near touchline from the corner. She will send it down along the goal line. Ball loose in front, headed away by the Big Macs to the top of the box. And Seneca Valley able to track down the loose ball, get it back out high for Sinan, right-footed blast, and she shanks that one. That's going to go wide and up into the bleachers behind Kira Murphy, and Canon-Mac will kick it away. 31-50. Remaining in the second half of a scoreless game. Murphy sends it right to the middle of the pitch. Hart there with the left foot. O'Donohue takes one off the chest, and it'll be controlled by the Big Macs. Ooh, good foot there from Coker as the Big Macs had a runner down that far wing. I think it was going to be Lauren Hess. This ball instead going to go all the way back into the Canon-Mac zone and be sent across the far touchline. Throwing coming up for Seneca Valley. Boy, Canon-Mac has looked like the better soccer club for the first almost 10 minutes of the second half. Ball across the far touchline. And again, another throw in. It's become downright uncomfortable now if you're out there. I am glad we are not out there. Lambert will throw this in now as she'll run up and toss it into the near side of the box. Big bounce, loose, headed by Canon-McMillan. This is going to be a corner kick coming up for Seneca Valley.
For the
First of the half for Seneca Valley, 6th of the night. Hart will go down there right on the Mon River as the rain picks up a little bit. The Peters kids look like they're going to go down and did you pay, Brian, for them to get on one of those Gateway Clipper boats? No, you.
I think they're practicing behind the bleachers there. I hope that's what they're doing.
You don't have that kind of money.
No.
Hart on the run-up. Sends it to the near post. It's in the middle. Walker headed loose for score! Seneca Valley. Miller headed it down, and then I think it was Cassidy tested with the right foot to give the Raiders a 1-0 lead.
Right on that rebound.
And Seneca Valley breaks out on top with 30 minutes and 12 seconds to play. And we will credit Cassidy Testa with the goal.
Seneca Valley,
off the assist from Karen Miller. It was Megan Majeski. Off the corner, Miller got the head on it, came loose in front. And they will credit Majeski with the goal. Seneca Valley now leading 1-0. And how much does this change everything about this soccer game?
Free kick for Seneca Valley.
A little more energized Seneca Valley right now. Seneca Valley takes possession of the ball with a kick at right around midfield.
Now Canon-Mac is going to have to press even more with inside 30 minutes to play. They trail at 1-0. Seneca Valley has it in the box. Controlled there by Wagner. Splits a pair of defenders, but it's sent back out by Canon-Mac's defense. And this ball is going to be sent right down on net on one hop off the right foot of Sinan. Scooped up by Murphy. 1-0 Seneca Valley. 29-20 remaining in regulation. Raiders trying to repeat as WPIAL champions. Sinan on the loose ball. Sends it right back into the Canon-Mac zone. Loose to Cheyenne Trest, can't control. O'Connor will give way to Sinan. Sinan to throw in on the Canon-Mac side. Near touch. Right to O'Connor. O'Connor splits a pair of defenders. Now she'll go back across the pitch, changing the point of attack, dropping it back now to the defender Hart. Hart left foot blast down the far wing. Headed away by the Big Macs. Come loose right to Caroline Miller. Miller's left foot into space toward the corner and over the goal line. Free goal kick coming up for Canon-McMillan. 28.5 remaining in regulation. And we get the wholesale substitutions now as 4 new Raiders will check in. DeVries, Sakella.
Into the game for Seneca Valley, 18, Kaylin Sermon.
Sermon.
19, Madeline Seibel.
And Maddie Seibel.
Caitlin DeVries, 33, Emily Sakella.
Murphy off the free goal kick, sends it into the Seneca Valley end, but tracked down there by Hart. Hart will control. Around one defender, comes to her right. Right foots this ball into space. Opportunity here now. Coming on the run is Seibel. Seibel in deep. Centering pass. Loose in front. And kicked away by Murphy and then picked up by Murphy on the rebound. That pass was intended for DeVries. She was there, but Murphy just wouldn't let it get on her foot.
That's another opportunity by Seneca Valley here in the second half. Starting to pick up the pace with Seneca Valley.
There's a chance for Trest on the run. Trest can't get there. Diving scoop by Jessica Neal just inside the box near touching line. And picks it up and punts it away. This ball will come loose to Canon-Mac in their own end. And we're going to get a whistle. And a free kick coming up for Canon-McMillan. I'm feeling that might be Cheyenne's dad giving her a hard time. Free kick here for the Big Macs, trailing by 1. 26 minutes and 45 seconds to play. Right at the top of the box, headed away by Hart. Back the other way, on the attack comes Seibel. Had it, she will drop it to Sermon. Sermon has it taken away. Now Cheyenne Trest, the sophomore, works to the top of the box. Now back into her left. Trest, left foot's ball, low, 1-2 bounces, and right into the breadbasket of Jessica Neal, who makes the save and will punt it away. Canon-Mac able to gain control of this loose ball in their own end. Send it up the wing, but nobody home. Sinan able to clear it away for the Big Macs, or for the Raiders, and get it ahead. Anderson almost had it. Unable to track that down. And Canon-Mac will get it back out toward midfield. Hart. Nice look right there by Hart. Good vision, and then a nice move by Sermon. Sermon in space now. She's through. Offside is going to be the call against Seneca Valley. Offside going down that far wing.
A free kick.
That was DeVries, I think, getting ahead of the pack. 25 minutes, less than 25 and a half minutes, I should say, to play in this game. Canon-McMillan trailing 1-0, and they will send it into the Seneca Valley end. Whistle and the call there are going to go against
free kick for Seneca Valley.
Dean O'Donoghue. Got mixed up with Hart there and just kind of went up underneath her, took her legs out from under. So free kick coming up for the Raiders. Don't forget, when this one's done, just a couple of clicks away, Peters Township boys and the Upper St. Clair boys. A rematch of last year's championship game, won by the Indians 1-0. This ball down toward the Canon-Mac box, headed away by the blue defense. We'll get it ahead here, but only momentarily. Well, that goal took away some of that juice Canon-Mac came out to start the second half with, Brian.
Absolutely. With a tight game like that, unfortunately, that does it. Seneca Valley's been on the offense now for the last, since that goal, probably last 7 minutes.
They have turned into the attacking team with a 1-0 lead, and they control it here off the throw-in. Toward the middle of the pitch, work it for Majeski. That's the only goal of the game. Majeski through, near side, off the melon and toward the net of Seibel, but scooped up on 2 bounces by Murphy, who punts it away. 24 minutes exactly remaining in regulation. Canon-McMillan looking for the equalizer. And they're banging. They've been banging all night long, I'll tell you that. And this time, whistle will go against Hart. And an opportunity here for the Big Macs on the Seneca Valley bottom part of the circle out at midfield. Right foot of Hess sends it right toward the goal, but over everything again. There are some girls who can kick that ball for the Canon-McMillan Big Macs between Hess
into the game for
and Murphy. Now we get substitutions for the Big Macs.
In 23.
Scheidenhelm will check in, along with Megan Virgin.
Deal with a boot to midfield for Seneca Valley.
And this will be into the Canon-Mac zone. A little space here down the far side. An opportunity for a run. Sakella sets up with that left foot, try to cross and cleared away defensively by Gillespie. Across the far touchline, throw in coming up for the Raiders. Sakella will give way to Lambert, who will come all the way back from that back line and throw it in for Seneca Valley, leading 1-0. Miller, the helper, on the Majeski goal, the only goal of the game. Seneca Valley on top 1-0. Throw in headed away by the Big Macs. Out of space. We're going to head here for Virgin. And she can't control. Seneca Valley will get it back into the Canon-Mac zone. Raiders control, but now working toward the top of the box. Taken away by Allie Thomas. Thomas had it, lost it. Here come the Raiders again on the attack. Seibel in the near. Nice little through ball. Top of the box. And the shot will go high.
Corner kick
off the right foot of Kaylin Sermon. Deflected off of the Canon-Mac defender. And the Raiders will get another corner. Hart will come to the near to take it. It was her corner that generated the only goal of the game thus far. 21:30 remaining in regulation. Hart will left foot it from the near corner. That's a bad angle for cameraman Scott Majeski, but look at him working hard over there. This is just going to be a little touch. She'll get it back. Now send it to the near post, but wide. And over the goal line. Goal kick for Murphy and the Big Macs coming up with 21 minutes exactly remaining in regulation. Seneca Valley leading 1-0. To midfield we go, controlled to the near side. Cheyenne Trest had it, lost it. Sinan clears it back the other way, but it comes right back to Canon-McMillan. The Big Macs work it to the far. As Gillespie sends it to the far, now an opportunity down that far wing. Hustling over there for Canon-McMillan. Control. And then into the box. Virgin can't control, comes right back to Oddie. Oddie will take a shot out high. We're going to get a whistle. And a free kick coming up for the Raiders.
Side call gives Seneca Valley a free kick.
Getting in deep that time was Sabrina Bryan, I think, along this near wing. Whistled for offsides. And this will be Neal to left foot it back out to midfield. Controlled, though, by Canon-McMillan. Working down the far, Hess. Nice little pass right to the top of the box, with double teamed on the play with Sabrina Bryan. Couldn't control. Back the other way come the Raiders. Seibel to the midfield stripe. Taken down was Majeski. Seneca Valley had it. They'll get it back. Control here. This is Caroline Miller. Yes, Miller makes the turn to her left. Now drops it back to a defender. Left foot there by Coker. Cleared away by the Big Macs, and it'll come right back out to Majeski. Coker again with that left foot right to the top of the box. And again, Gillespie there for Canon-Mac defensively. That ball's going to go beyond the goal line, and a free goal kick coming up for Canon-McMillan's Kira Murphy. Anderson will check back in. Emily Wagner will check in, as well as Cassidy Testa for the Seneca Valley Raiders. Murphy right to the midfield stripe. Knocked down there, but controlled by Majeski. Miller. Well, Miller in the middle of the field really gets to every ball for Seneca Valley. Great vision to know where her teammates are. Raiders work it in deep here. Tested in the far corner. And it is taken away by the Big Macs. Canon-McMillan on the counterattack. Will they control it? Yes, they will. Out high here, looking for Bryan. Bryan has a trailer on the play. Now an opportunity right here for Trest. Trest along the near wing. She'll send it to space. Nice little pass. A through ball now to Bryan. Bryan to the near post, and the save is made. Boy, 1-2. Beautiful passing right there. Left-footed shot by Bryan from the near to the post, and Neal. Perfect positioning to take it out of the sky.
Canon-McMillan with nice ball movement there up the near side. Received the ball back at midfield.
Trailing 1-0. Now time becomes their enemy. Inside 18 minutes remaining in regulation. Whipple controls. Whipple getting in deep now. Whipple left foots this ball down toward the box. Going to be knocked down, controlled by Adi. Back to the far. And that pass a little behind the intended recipient, Lauren Hess. Goes over the far touchline. This will be Seneca Valley with the throw-in. Claire Coker on the far touchline. Content to just chew as much clock as the official will let her. As we get inside 17:15 to play. Both of these clubs will advance into the state tournament next week. Opportunity here for O'Connor in deep. Murphy going to try to beat her to the ball, and she does. Corner kick for Seneca Valley. The speed of Kelsey O'Connor on the near wing, generating another corner for the Seneca Valley Raiders. And that time, the Raiders counter with, hey, you want to do some tic-tac-toe passing? We can do that too. As they work the ball in deep and beautiful. Murphy making a nice play to beat O'Connor to that ball. But it goes out off of Murphy. And Hart will come back and corner away. 16:34 on a rolling clock, second half, 1-0 Seneca Valley. Hart, top of the box, headed down. And in one hop, Murphy will pick it up. That was the melon of Caroline Miller. Murphy punts this ball away. Canon-Mac now trying to get that equalizer. Nice little move there. Stop and spin move by Bryan, but she has it taken away. Raiders work it. Again, Testa this time down the near wing, looking for a run. She can't get there. Ball comes back to Canon-McMillan, and they'll just tap it back to netminder Murphy. Murphy will play it with the right foot. Out to midfield, headed down by the Raiders. Controlled by Canon-McMillan's Allie Thomas. Thomas with some space. Splits a pair of defenders with the pass. Ahead for Canon-McMillan. Working to Virgin. Virgin in traffic, working against Hart. She'll send it deep down the far wing, and the decision made there by Coker to just send it across the far touchline out of bounds. And we'll get O'Donoghue back into the contest for Canon-Mac along with Kermis.
12, Sydney Kermis, and number 7, Aideen O'Donoghue.
Canon-Mac with a throw on the far side.
Audie will do the honors. Trying to get it to Virgin. It's a throw as it goes toward that corner. Must have just went to the right side of that flag as we look at it. Throw in coming for Canon-McMillan. Right in the corner. Work it in toward the box. And it will maintain possession. Seneca Valley just not giving the Big Macs any space over there. Worked and now cleared out high. Testa battling for it right there. It'll be main Canon-Mac ball. Good job by Allie Walker to position herself there. This time headed away by Seneca Valley. We're going to get a whistle. And a free kick coming up for the Big Macs. Things were getting very, very physical over there, and I think, well, I'll tell you what, these girls are tough. This is like Australian rules football out here. No pads, and they have been banging on each other all night long. Free kick coming up for Canon-Mac. They trail at 1-0. Inside 14 minutes to play in regulation. This is into the box. Everybody in. Virgin had a chance off the bounce, but couldn't play the short hop, and her attempted shot goes wide of the near post.
Just near shot. Several Canon-Mac players in for that.
Yeah, they were all four in there behind the defense. She would have maybe been better served to try to control that ball, although it's hard to tell yourself, okay, we've got tons of space and time in here, because that's just not usually the case. But yeah, there were no white shirts in there. They were hoping for an offsides call, and it was not coming. Back the other way, come the Raiders. This will go out of bounds near touchline. And O'Connor's not going to like that call. Canon-Mac, I think, wants to get a substitute in here, and they will stop. Bryan will check back in. Virgin comes to the near to have a rest on the bench.
Number 10, Sabrina Bryan.
Throw in for the Big Macs. 12 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in regulation. Ooh, a lot of space here if that gets loose. And this is going to be Anderson down that far wing. Opportunity with the left foot. Murphy makes the save. Rebound loose and cleared away. And dropping back defensively was Abby Gillespie. Murphy makes another big save to keep it a one-goal game.
Yeah, Murphy dropped down to secure that ball away. Ball was kicked out of bounds, and Seneca Valley throw in.
Alexis Lambert, the junior defender, will do the honors. High and short to the far side of the box. No battle for it there. High, loose in front. O'Connor's header. Going to go over the crossbar and behind the goal. Goal kick coming up from Murphy. 12 minutes to play in regulation. Highmark Stadium, Carlow University, proud sponsor of Girls Championship Soccer on the MSA Sports Network. Opening night of WPIAL playoff football as well. We have all the opening round games on the network. Don Rebel and a cast of thousands coming up just a couple clicks away, starting about 9:30 with the post-game show. Get you all the scores and highlights from around the league. Here comes Wagner on the run. She's got space to the near side, top of the box. Triple team still has it on her right foot. Slides down, controlled ahead to O'Connor. We're going to get a whistle and an offsides call. Wow. Against Seneca Valley.
It's about 3-on-1 there for Seneca Valley.
That was good work by Emily Wagner. And O'Connor just drifted offsides and a free kick for Canon-Mac. 11 minutes to play in regulation. Big Macs look for the equalizer now. Bryan in traffic, can't control it. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go off of Kermis. Seneca Valley throw-in.
Let's go, lift this, Blue.
10:43. Kermis up the near wing. Headed away by Audi. Canon-Mac will control. Space right here for Kermis. Far side of the pitch. Try to get a little three-man game going. Drop it back and now send it up that far wing. Knocked down there, controlled by O'Donohue. O'Donohue drop pass to Allie Thomas, and then Thomas got to be tripped up. Free kick coming up for Canon-McMillan, and a yellow card. It's going to send Emily Wagner to the near sideline for dangerous play. So Wagner picks up the yellow card, first card of any color we've seen tonight. Checking in will be Kaylin Sermon. Canon-McMillan fans like that call and voicing their opinion that it should have been called earlier tonight.
Kaylin Sermon.
So you can hear it on the crowd mic, which is now soaking wet and about frozen. So this is a big chance here for Canon-Mac. Now, we saw them get this free kick last time, and it was actually a little bit, probably 10 yards further away, Brian, and it generated a decent opportunity for Virgin. Couldn't control the short hop, but the Big Macs definitely have, from this spot, had chances tonight. Free kick coming up. 10:18. They have stopped the clock. We'll wait until they blow the whistle. Now 10:18 to play on the run. This ball to the top of the box. Headed to the near. Headed back to the far. Still loose in the box. Headed down to the near. Controlled by Seneca Valley and cleared.
Seneca Valley sends the ball midfield. Canon-Mac defense is back there. And we'll try to send it back.
Signing on that loose ball. And it'll be headed down by Sermon. Sermon has it taken away. Big Macs on the attack again. Adi to the far wing. She's looking for Lauren Hess. Hess will work it ahead now for Bryant deep in the far corner. Turns. Left-footed cross. Cleared away by Alexis Lambert. And back the other way come the Raiders. Work it all the way to the near for Kelsey O'Connor. O'Connor now. Work a little two-man game now. She works there with Majeski. Majeski will get it back out high. She's got O'Connor to the near. Instead, she'll take a shot right toward the near post. Murphy there to pluck it out of the atmosphere. With 9:13 on a rolling clock. Murphy sends it high and deep. Big bounce. Middle of the pitch. Controlled by Sinan. Canon-Mac now trailing 1-0. Looking for a goal to keep this game rolling along. Far side, O'Donoghue lost it. Cleared out of bounds by Seneca Valley. It'll be Canon-Mac with a throw-in. Dave Derrico directing traffic. Work it in here for Bryan. And then all the way back out high. Controlled there by Hess. Well, that's not Hess. That's the big, strong right foot of Abby Gillespie.
Seneca Valley.
Gillespie has taken now 3 blasts from that midfield area. Plenty of leg. But has been lacking the accuracy to get the equalizer. Left-footed here by the keeper. It's all going to come loose. And a good hustling play there by DeVries. DeVries will get it ahead, looking for Anderson down that far wing. That's too far and too fast. Murphy there to scoop it up for the Big Macs. In the rain drops. She will kick it away with that right foot. 7 minutes, 43 seconds remain in regulation. Seneca Valley trying to get their second straight WPIAL championship and their 4th overall. Majeski down the near wing. O'Connor's got space. O'Connor from a bad angle gets in deep, crosses with the right foot, and deflected right to the waiting hands of Murphy by the Canon-Mac defender. Boy, Murphy is good.
Murphy's done an excellent job. Cleared the ball out real quick to try to get the Canon-Mac offense an opportunity.
Now on the far midfield, DeVries, did she keep it in? No, but it went out off of a Canon-Mac defender. So Seneca Valley throw in. Inside 7 minutes now. Desperation time approaching for Canon-McMillan. They trail at 1-0 on a Megan Majeski goal. This ball, boy, nice ball right there to midfield, but knocked down and controlled by Caroline Miller. Hess and Miller battle for it, and Miller going to get whistled for a little elbow in the back of Lauren Hess. This will be Abby Gillespie from out high. Gillespie's ponytail, I think I miscalled her as Hess a couple of times. Her ponytail covers up the bottom part of her 5. I thought it was a 6, but she blasts this one down to the box, headed away by Lambert. Back out high, controlled there by Testa. Right back to Hess. right back to Gillespie. This time the left foot. Ooh, right in on Neal, who plays it with her left foot and controls, and now we'll pick it up. Neal's left foot. Inside 6 minutes to play in regulation. Test to try to trap it out high. She will. Control to the near. Majeski down the wing looking for O'Connor. O'Connor again in deep. Can she get there? Yes, saves it in and works her way. No, has her pocket picked neatly by Canon-McMillan. Big Macs cannot get it out. Good job by Majeski. And then sent out off of Majeski. Cannon Mac with a throw in. Working up the near touchline. We approach 5 minutes remaining in regulation. We'll get a whistle. And they'll direct Whipple back a little further than she was to throw this in. Throws it toward that midfield stripe. Trest uses the melon. Working ahead here. O'Donohue. Nice hustle there to keep it alive for the Big Macs. Drop it back. Oddie in space to the far side. Cannon Mac trying to get it down that far wing. Spins out away from Kermis, and it'll be a throw in for Seneca Valley.
We must be getting close to the end because soccer chairman Joe Mays just brought over the WPIAL championship trophies. 4:30 left in this ball game.
Joe Mays, one of the great guys. I was telling you how many great guys there are in coaching and athletics around the WPIAL. Joe Mays is at a different level with his greatness. One of my absolute favorite people in all of Western Pennsylvania. Here's O'Connor on the near. She'll get it down to the top of the box. Head man pass there intended for Sakella. Just a little too strong for Sakella.
Back in the game for Seneca Valley.
Wagner checks back in.
Emily Wagner.
Kira Murphy trying to boot it across midfield again, as she has done all night. Under 4 minutes to play in this ball game.
Murphy with the right foot. As we get down to the 3:45 mark. Opportunity here for the Big Macs as Whipple works up the far. Whipple will get the chance of the throw-in. Hess had it, lost it, right back to Whipple. Whipple trying to work it toward the top of the box. Allie Thomas unable to get there, and back the other way comes Seneca Valley on the counterattack. Wagner fresh with the yellow card, works down the near wing. Gets in deep. Did she control it? Nope. It'll be Murphy with the goal kick, but now 3 minutes exactly remaining in regulation. Cannon Mac officially in desperation mode, trailing 1-0. Murphy to the midfield stripe, pair of Big Macs there. They'll control it. Working to the far side. Kermis working down along the wing for Hess. Hess in deep to the far. Stop, spin move, come back out high. Drop it back for Whipple on the top of the far wing. Loose ball toward the middle of the pitch. Oddie can't get there, and it's taken away by Seneca Valley. Now with Majeski in control. Majeski runs right into Whipple, and Whipple on the attack for the Big Macs now. They'll get extra players in here as we get inside 2.5 minutes to play. Top of the box. Loose, left foot, trying to split the defenders. He comes right back to the near. Trest makes the move. Can she control it? No. Poked away, back out high. Boy, Cheyenne Trest just couldn't get the ball onto a shooting foot. Now the Big Macs will send it in deep, but they got to stay on side, and that's going to allow Neal to just kind of wait and watch the clock tick inside 2 minutes before she finally picks it up. We're going to get a whistle. We are going to get a whistle.
Get all excited.
1:48 is what it says on the clock.
Don't worry about it, buddy. You can go out now.
I think that dealt with substitution for Seneca Valley.
Yeah, but there was no stoppage. So they're going to now just reset. They will not allow Cassidy Testa to come into the game. This will be the left foot of Neal. Out to the midfield stripe. Headman pass here for O'Connor down the near wing. 100 seconds remaining in this one. Seneca Valley up 1-0. O'Connor stops on a dime. Left foot through the box. Cleared but out high. And comes right back to Wagner, who fights for it. Still loose. Far side. And the shot comes from far to near and is going to go wide. Off the left foot of Megan Majeski, who was looking for her second goal of the game.
A wide open goal for the most part on the far side.
Just a tough angle for Majeski. She can't finish it as we get down to 70 seconds left in regulation. Corner.
Into the game for Seneca Valley, number 23.
This is going to be a corner. Now Testa will be allowed to check in. So
1 minute remaining in the half.
Must have been
1
last
minute.
to touch right there as we get inside a minute remaining in regulation. Seneca Valley on the verge of their fourth WPIAL championship and their second straight. Corner from Hart to the far post. All the way across the pitch. And it will be controlled there by Seneca Valley. 40 seconds. Sent down toward the net. Murphy cannot get it. Loose in front and taken away by the Big Macs. Can they generate any offense coming back the other way? 26 seconds. Trest works along the near, splits a pair of defenders, and there to hammer it away is Alicia Hart with that left foot. 15 seconds left. Murphy pounds it high. 10 seconds remaining.
8, 7, 6,
Trest
5,
to the top of the box. Can they get a shot off?
2,
No. That's going to do it. Seneca Valley wins their second straight WPIAL championship. The Megan Majeski's goal. The game winner off a corner kick. Don't go anywhere. Post-game show coming up when we come back to Highmark Stadium. You're listening to Championship Soccer 2014, sponsored by Carlow University. Only here on the Management Science Associates Sports Network.
To replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends upon both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the field turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as a FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today at 866-270-6003 or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlow helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in me.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
Monticello's Italian restaurant has been serving the Pittsburgh community for over 34 years. With over 5 northern locations, there is one near you. Monticello's has been named the best pizza, best hoagies, and best Italian restaurant by the Tribune Review for 3 years in a row. Stop in at any Monticello's restaurant before or after your high school football game and mention that you heard us right here on the MSA Sports Network to receive a large traditional cheese pizza and 4 soft drinks for $12.99. For the complete menu and additional information, go to www.monticellos.com. Monticello's a Pittsburgh favorite.
The experts at UPMC Sports Medicine are not just focused on treating injuries, they are focused on preventing them too. Understanding the importance of injury prevention, UPMC Sports Medicine created a young athlete program with an expert focus on injury prevention, nutrition, conditioning, and activity-specific training for young athletes at all levels. For more information on the UPMC Sports Medicine Young Athlete Program, visit the UPMC Sports Medicine website at www.upmcsportsmedicine.com or call 855-93-SPORT.
Management Science Associates Incorporated, MSA, is a world leader in developing analytical software and information-based systems. With over 850 employees and nearly 40 years of uninterrupted growth, MSA specializes in data management and data warehousing, business analysis, media services, custom workflow integration, and enterprise resource planning systems. MSA wishes all of tonight's players good luck. Visit MSA at www.msa.com.
The natural gas delivery system is extremely safe. Leaks do occur on occasion. People's Natural Gas would like to remind you to use your senses, smell, sight, and sound to detect the warning signs of a natural gas leak. If you believe there is a natural gas leak, leave the area immediately and then call your natural gas company's emergency service line or dial 911. These lines are available for natural gas emergencies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit peoples-gas.com to learn more. This message is brought to you as a public service from Peoples, your hometown natural gas company.
MSA Sports broadcasts are now available on both Android and iOS devices. Just navigate to the game of your choice, and on your mobile device, press the arrow or play button. It's that easy. No app needed. No matter where you are, MSA Sports content is available at your fingertips via your iPad, Android phone, iPod, and iPhone. Anytime, anywhere, always there. The MSA Sports Network. For the most complete recap of Friday night's WPIAL football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the MSA Sports Scoreboard Show here on the MSA Sports Network. Hi, I'm Don Rebel. Join me in the MSA Sports Gang for all the scores and recaps from the top games, plus the MSA Sports Roundtable. That's the MSA Sports Scoreboard Show after the game on Friday nights on the MSA Sports Network and at msasports.net.
Back at Highmark Stadium as they conduct the medal ceremony down on the turf. Seneca Valley winning their fourth WPIAL championship and their second in a row for head coach Dave Sylvester. Megan Majeski's goal, the game winner, the only goal of the game, comes with 30 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the second half. Hart the corner. Miller got ahead on it, and then Majeski able to hammer the loose ball home behind Kira Murphy, who was fantastic tonight and all season long for the Canon-McMillan Big Macs, but just not enough to upset the top-seeded Seneca Valley Raiders as Seneca Valley picks up that win and improves to 21-0 on the season, Brian Geyer. That's impressive stuff.
That's very impressive to get that with the caliber of teams in AAA soccer. Seneca Valley will go into the state tournament. That's the number 1 seed, Canon-Mac the 2 seed, and then winning the consolation game on Wednesday. Penn Trafford will be the 3 seed out of District 7 in the state tournament.
You know this better than I think most people because of the fact that you work at Peters Township. Of all the WPIAL sports, and I think especially this happens in basketball. I think it happens a little bit in football depending on who you are. But I think the least place that it happens is in soccer, because in soccer, the WPIAL championship is fantastic, but it's not quite the state championship. I think in football and basketball, the WPIAL championship is such a big deal that there's a little bit of a letdown to our teams when they go into that state tournament. I don't think that's always the case in soccer.
No, and I think in being a part of WPIAL championships at Peters Township and then also state championships with our girls 3 years in a row, just a few years ago, state tournament is pretty special in the sport of soccer.
Congratulations to both of these soccer clubs. A fantastic match. The Canon-McMillan Big Macs, the Cinderella story. They battled and fought hard all night long with the Seneca Valley Raiders. The Big Macs had their opportunities. They played a tremendous soccer game, but they come up a little bit short here. As Brian mentioned, they will continue on into the state tournament. Both of these clubs in Seneca Valley, remember, reaching the semifinals in the state tournament last year before falling to Springford by a score of 1-0. That's going to do it for us. Just a couple clicks away, we'll switch over and do the AAA boys matchup between Upper St. Clair and Peters Township. And if you're talking soccer, it doesn't even have to be a championship game. Upper St. Clair is playing Peters Township. That alone is worth listening to no matter what the sport is. Just a couple clicks away. Come back and join us. For Brian Geyer, I'm Sam Hall saying thank you very much for listening to WPIAL Championship Soccer, brought to you by Carlow University right here on the MSA Sports Network.
23, Cassidy Testing.
You have been listening to exclusive coverage of the 2014 WPIAL soccer playoffs at MSASports.net, sponsored in part by ProGrass, by Carlow University, by McDonald's, by First Commonwealth Bank, by S-Mark, by People's Gas, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Monticello's Italian Restaurant, by the East Suburban Sports Medicine Center, and by Management Science Associates. You can follow both the boys and girls district soccer playoffs through the championships and into the PIAA state playoffs every day by logging on to www.msasports.net. The preceding has been an exclusive presentation of the Management Science Associates Sports Network.